Alright, guys, this is Two Man Taylor again, KGK Gaming, KGK Productions, and I'm here again for another Soulcalibur V character creation tutorial. This time I'm going to be showing you guys, I haven't really seen any, and I understand why there really hasn't been too many, or if there were any, they didn't look that good. Um, and honestly, he's not hard to do, but if there is a tutorial out there, whatever. Here's mine. Whether yours is better than mine or not. I wanted to make Avatar Aang. Now, since you can't make the child version because something that's the Soul Calibur franchise should look into is give if you're gonna do a character creation more detail. So as far as changing age, can you make them more kiddie? And that's when you look into things of like height and see if how low you can make height to make hitboxes like more fair. But so you can't make the child version of Aang. I made a fully realized Avatar Aang as best as I could. Now there's some problems that you'll see that I'll show you here. When you're doing the arrows like for the hands and stuff, honestly, it's not hard. It's just you gotta figure out how to make the illusion appear. The problem with the arrows, you can't make the arrows cover his whole body. It's impossible. Not enough stickers for it. Another problem that you guys need to look into, Namco. But pretty much, you can make the illusion as if the arrows are going across his entire body. You just have to play it out right. The problem that you'll find is if you look at the head, you can't make the arrow stretch all the way to the back of his head. So even though I had room for like another sticker, I couldn't make that illusion come true. Because that sticker cannot show on the back of his head. Look into it. Namco, please look into these glitches. These little bugs and problems that you have with the character creation thing is kind of stupid, But look into that, and that would give the people more space to make really cool characters. But regardless, you're not gonna pay attention to the back of his head in the fight. You shouldn't. So this usually will work. You'll be fighting and you're like, yeah, I'm using the avatar. Just no airbending though. So let's get into his physical attributes and we'll delve more into the character and how to do his stickers. So let's start with the body. His height is set to 1 at normal. His face, I use face 23. And his eyebrows, I use eyebrows 18. For his voice, I used the young knight. I didn't really pick a voice. I'm probably going to pick an older voice. You know what? I'm not even going to pick the voice yet. I'm going to ask you guys to give me an idea of what I should use for the fully realized avatar's voice. That way I can either throw it in there or I can further look into it because it's going to take me some time to figure out the best voice right now. So the voice is still out in the open. I would like some comments, some kind of feedback. What should I use for Avatar's voice? Fully realized Avatar Aang. Now let's get into equipment, guys. So for the undergarments, I have on a long sleeve top. And for the upper body equipment, I use the chain bow. For the lower body equipment, I have the Arabian slacks. Where the hip equipment, I use the leather wrap. For the neck, I gave him the Cordierite necklace. Just do it, why not? I don't think it's really part of him or anything, but why not? And I gave him rocker gloves for his hands. You're gonna understand why I did it. See, that's part of the illusion. If the whole time when you was looking at him before, you probably like, yeah, he got this arrows in his hands. How you do that? Those aren't in his hands. Those are gloves. That's part of the illusion. For the ankles, I use the Shinobi Tabi. And for the feet, I have leather shoes. Now, the weapon style is obvious. We're going to use Zeba. Gave him the Kali Yuga, and I used the anime pack. You can probably use the comic book pack or the manga pack, whatever you want to use. But, it's up to you. That's personal. Now, Let's get into his color for his body color, his weapon color, his outfit color, and any stickers that he may have, which he has a couple of. So for the skin tone, I use 265. Undergarments really does not matter. What matters here is his eyebrow color. I use 1031, and his eye color, the first I set to 9620, where the second is set to 000. You know, he's an American anime character. I hate saying that. That's a fucking contradiction. Stupid. Whatever. American anime characters. That's like an American Japanese food. Whatever. Okay, so for the undergarments outfit, I set that color to being 76330. For the upper body equipment, the first color palette is set to 9422, where the second color palette is set to 9423. Slight difference, you know. It does need a slight difference, you know, as far as tone, and you'll see why if you play around with the tone. For the third color palette, I set that to 9122, and the last one is set to 9122 as well. Alright, now for the lower body equipment, the first color palette, sorry, that's the second. The first color palette is set to 9518, while the second one I just have at 9121. I don't even know if I changed it. I probably just left it alone and said fuck it. I don't know. Okay, so for the hip equipment, the first color palette is set to 9416. The second for his belt, 9523. For the buckle, I set that to being 9814. And for the inner part of the cloak, it's set to 9116. Sorry, inner part of the wrap is set to 9116. For the necklace, the first one is set to 009, and the emerald, or the jewel, you don't know what the hell it is. The jewel is set to 91924. Now here's where it gets really good. This is why I like this part. The hands. You can see it now, but if I pull out, you can't tell the difference. That's playing with the illusion. That's why skin tone is the way it is, because it goes best with those gloves. So now, for the gloves, I have the gloves set to 4512, and they almost perfectly match with the skin tone. You fade out, and you can't tell the difference. You don't even know he has. It looks like his hands. It really looks like he has. Like it looks like his hands. So that's where the illusion plays, and you can never tell the difference from a distance, and you won't tell the difference during the fight. You'll think that those are his hands, those aren't gloves. That's why I feel people probably don't work on making Avatar Aang, because without using gloves, you cannot put the stickers on his hands. It's impossible. I tried millions of times, it doesn't work. So you have to have gloves on for the stickers to be attached to his hands. That's the secret to doing the arrows for his hands. For the feet, first color palette, 9523. The second color palette, 9426. And there you go for his outfit. So you're like, oh, okay, I got Aang without the arrows. Yay! No airbending. So let's go for the stickers. For doing the arrows, there's no arrow sticker in the game, which when you think about it, you're going, that's the most obvious sticker you can give is an arrow sticker. Why is there no arrow sticker in the game? Fucking stupid, Namco. But it's okay, because you know why? Still a good character creation system. Still is a good character creation system. Way better than 4, slightly better than 3. You know? So, for this one, we're going to look at the skin. For the skin, we're going to use Motif 2. And we're going to set the color to being 93211. Alright? It's going to be placed at the head. And you're going to try to center it so that the tip of the triangle points towards the nose. The size is going to be almost the biggest size you could possibly see. Basically, guys, I can't tell you values here, so if you want mine, just try to match your sliders to my sliders. That's the best thing I can tell you, because if I play around with my sliders, I'm going to lose track of where it's at, and I'm going to be like, I don't even know what to say anymore. So the best thing for me to tell you is just match your sliders to mines, and if you do it like that, I think you'll get what I have. Now the same thing goes for the second part of the sticker. You're going to use a square. Now the thing is, this is a good thing about this part, because the fact it doesn't go around the head fully. What Namco did was they used an illusion trick. They make it so that it goes towards a borderline, and at this line, the figure starts to warp, and it gives the illusion as if it keeps going, but it doesn't. So when you look at him straight like this, you think it keeps going, but if you look like this, you're like, oh, you realize no, it's not. It's just that it stopped there. So they did have some kind of understanding and some kind of thought about it. They wanted to make it look as if it kept going, but that's that's whatever. Maybe they didn't have enough data to keep it to make it keep going around. I don't know. Whatever the reason, they go fix that problem, but at least you did something to solve it. So it looks like it keeps going, but it doesn't. So you just want to set that motif 3 like pretty much the center of the triangle, and do your best to make it look like an arrow. This is a basic shape. I mean, I can't tell you how to make it look like an arrow. I'm pretty sure that most people would know how to make it look like an arrow. Not even trying to troll. That's just it. Match yet again. Match your sliders to my sliders, and you should be just fine. I gave you the color for it. I'm pretty sure I did. And if I didn't, I just gave you the same color for these because yeah, pretty much all these guys have the same color. So let's get to the next part, the hands. So we're gonna go to the arm equipment. When you go to arm equipment, the first sticker is gonna be motif 2. Alright? You're gonna set motif 2 to the left arm, and you're gonna give it the color of 93218. At this point, every sticker from this point here has the exact same color. There's no difference. The exact same color. So I'm going to show you how to do it on one side, and then you're going to do the same thing for the other side. So first it's going to be the left arm, and then you're going to do the same thing for the right arm. That way I don't have to show you the same thing twice. Alright? So you're going to use motif 2 with color of 93218, and you're going to set that location to the left arm. You set it to place by axis, and yet again, match your sliders to my sliders. I'm going to leave it here for like 5 seconds, because someone before said in one of my videos that they wish that I left the screen, the same way for a little while longer, even though you could pause the video. I guess they leave it long enough, so that's long enough. You can pause the video and not hear me talk. But just match your sliders to my sliders, and you'll get that for the triangle, location-wise and size-wise. Then for the second portion, I actually used Chinese character 14 because I wanted to make it seem as if it kept going, but there was really nothing I could use except for letters. So I used Chinese character 14, same color. Wow, it actually says 93119. Okay, well I used 93119, but you could use the same color. You could use 93220 if I'm not mistaken. You could use the same color if you want. Doesn't make a difference really. The location set to left arm for this one, and yet again match with the sliders. You want to basically, essentially, just want to center the tip of the character with the center of the triangle, and make it look like an arrow. So you want to basically make the Chinese character look like a line. That's what you're trying to do in this portion of the character creation for Aang. Just use your brain a little bit. It's going to be a little bit tricky. I mean, I'm not even joking. It's going to be a little bit tricky. Some people might get mad and break the controller at one point. I don't know. I was upset at one point. I couldn't get it to work, and I used a Chinese character. It finally worked, but it still took time to get the Chinese character to work. But it does. So just match your sliders with the ones I showed earlier, and you should have that for the left side. And you do the same thing for the right side. So this is going to be the same exact measurements, the same exact numbers, everything, but just set it to the right side. I'll even show you the sliders for Motif 2 on the right side. So right arm has Motif 2, so you can match your sliders with Motif 2 for right arm. And then I'm going to go to change character for the right arm, same colors, based by axis. So here's the sliders. So now there's really no excuse for it, you know, you guys have it. Well, for the most part, that is it. The last thing is to change his weapon color, and I probably don't even need to tell you this. Y'all guys probably like, I got this part now. But just in case you don't, set the first color palette for his weapon to 96224. And the second color I set to 9620. The weapon trail I use 988 because it's going by the trail of the tip, not of the whole thing. So you keep that in mind. You know, when he's swinging the sword, you're going to see the yellow. You're not going to see the red. Just something you want to think about. And that is going to be Aang. You know, I really don't want to show you him in battle, but I kind of have to. We just give him a better voice, I guess.
Why do you? I can see the fear.
I'll give him a better knife for now. You know. You guys can tell me a better voice sound. In fact, this is gonna be my challenge for you guys. I want you guys to give me a good voice sound for fully realized Avatar Aang. I would love to see these in the comment sections. Who can give me the best sound Avatar Aang? That is my challenge for all you guys. I'm not gonna do anything until I see some stuff, but I would love to see what you guys have for me. I'm pretty sure you got some good ideas. Alright. So here's Avatar Aang. Ooh. Alright, so that's it for Avatar Aang, you know. Pretty much that's what I did to make him. And he came out the way you see him right now. Seriously, that's my challenge for you guys. I would love to see who has the best sounding voice for what Avatar Aang should be using the Soulcalibur V voice system. Who can give me the best voice? And I'm going to shout that person out in the next video. You know, that's the best I really can do. I can't give you prizes yet. I don't have that kind of money. I'm not, you know, I'm not mainstream. I'm not Mad Cats. I can't do all that yet. But maybe one day I can. Other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed this character tutorial. Subscribe, like this video, comment, let your friends know about me, you know, and send me some good requests. You know, I want some nice, good requests that actually make sense. You know, maybe someone could ask me, hey man, make Bumblebee from Teen Titans or something. You know, something that no one tried yet, but at the same time it's not out of the box for what the game can do. So until then, guys, you know, get your ideas ready and just keep checking out my channel. This is KGK Revealed, aka Toolman Taylor, and I'll be back in hopefully another week with a cool new character to show all you guys. Until then, peace.